Hi all, welcome to PowerShell for Penetration Testers at Pentester Academy. In this video, we will have a look at output formatting and output manipulation in PowerShell. So let's get started. PowerShell has commandlets which could be used for output formatting and manipulating the output so that it could be displayed in the way we desire. Let's quickly move to the PowerShell console and let's explore the commandlets which have format in their name. So there are 4 such commandlets. Let's try a couple of them. Get child item is the equivalent to ls. Let's run this. As expected, it returned a list of directories and files in C directory. Now let's pipe it to format table. As you can see, there is no difference because format table is used by default by PowerShell. We can always list single column or selected columns using format table. For example, if we select the column called name, as you can see, PowerShell displayed only the column called name. Also, if we pass star, that is a wildcard to format table, it lists much more detail about the output of get child item. We can always select a single column from this table. Now recall that we had 4 commandlets. Now let's try get child item with format list. As the name suggests, format list lists the properties of the objects or object returned by the get child item commandlet. In this case, let's use star with format list, and we can see that there is much more detail now for every object. The other commandlets which could be used for formatting output should be tried by you. Now let's explore commandlets which contain out in their name. These 7 commandlets, this one is not a default one. So these 7 commandlets could be used to manipulate the display of output. As the name suggests, out default is the default, displays it to the default way. So we will not have a look at that. Let's try out grid view with get process. As you can see, out grid view displays a nice GUI object with sortable columns, which makes it ideal for looking at processes, files, services, anything which needs to be quickly and neatly looked upon. Remember that if you try to run out grid view from a PowerShell version 2 started from a PowerShell version 3, you may get some errors. Now, let's have a look at out file. Let's try get process with out file. As you can see, out file threw an error saying cannot process argument because the value of argument path is null. Let's see its help with examples to see what happened. So the out file commandlet sends output to a file, and therefore it requires a file path to be supplied to it. So let's pass file path to out file and then run this. It executed successfully. Now, to see the contents of this file, we can use the get content commandlet or its alias cat to have a look at the contents of the file. We can pipe it to more for a better view. So it listed all the processes. Now we can pipe these commandlets for a better view. For example, we can pipe get child item to format list with asterisk and output it to a file. Sorry. And now let's use the alias of get content. And now if we try to access this file, you can see that we have much more detail about the output of get child item. So that is all for this video. If you are enjoying your time at Pentester Academy, please do recommend us to your friends and colleagues in information security community.